Welcome students. I welcome everyone today over here for the paper discussion, which is the fifth paper discussion, and we are going to discuss the maths standard paper. Okay, so इससे पहले we have discussed 4 papers and I hope कि सबको सब समझ में आया रहेगा उन 4 पेपरों में. Alright, so today we will be discussing the last paper, which is maths standard paper. Alright, so let's start. So let's see the first slide. Okay, so यहाँ पे क्या है, general instruction. As we know that general instruction हम पहले पढ़ते हैं, then ही हम we start with the discussion. Alright, so like in general instruction you all know that the paper is of 2 hours, ठीक है, and the maximum marks is 40. You have 3 sections in it: section A, section B, section C. Section A consists of 6 questions in which you will be provided option in any 2 questions. Then each question in this section carries 2 marks. Then we have section B, which consists of 4 questions, and each question in this section consists of 3 marks, and you will be given a choice, or you can say an option, in any one question. Alright, and the final section, which is section C, it consists of 4 questions, and each question will be of 4 marks, and there will be again option provided in any one question. Alright, so let's start with the first question then. Okay, so section A, let's see the first question. Fine, so the first question is on arithmetic progression. Alright, so let's read the sum and let's understand the sum. See what is given: if the 10th term of an arithmetic progression is 52. Alright, so if the 10th term of an arithmetic progression is 52, so that can be written as A10 equals to 52. Alright, then what is given, and the 17th term is, okay, now they are talking about the 17th term. So 17th term is means equals to 20 more than, so 20 more means plus 20 more than what, the 13th term. Okay, so it is more than the 13th term, so it will be A13. Alright, so we have to find the AP over here. Okay, so how do we find the AP over here? See, A10 is given to us, so we know that AN is equals to A plus n minus 1 multiplied by D. Alright, so that means A10 will be equal to A plus n minus 1 is 10 minus 1 D, so this will be equal to A plus 9D. So you can even write A10 as A plus 9D. Similarly A17 over here can be written as A plus 17 minus 1 D equals to A13 can be written as A plus 13 minus 1 times D plus 20. Alright, now when we remove the brackets, once we remove the brackets, this will become A plus 17 minus 1 gives you 16, so it will be 16D equals to, now you have A plus 13 minus 1, so this will be A plus 12D plus 20. Alright, clear up till here? Now see, if you see the LHS and if you see the RHS, you have 2 same terms. So when you have 2 same terms, you can simply cancel down those terms. So this plus A and this plus A you can cancel out, so you will be left with 16D equals to 12D plus 20. Alright, so what you can do, you can send this plus 12D from right hand side of the equation to the left hand side, so it will become 16D minus 12D equals to 20. Alright, then you know that 16D minus 12D gives you 4D equals to 20. So that means your D will be equal to 20 by 4, which will be equal to 5. So that means your D, which is the common difference, that is equals to what? That is equals to 5. Alright, now they have told us to write down the arithmetic progression, and we know that to write down any arithmetic progression, we should know the first term and we should know the common difference. Alright, and we know that the first term is A, the second term is A plus D, the third term is A plus 2D, the next term is A plus 3D, and so on. Alright, So now we have already found out d. Now what we can do from here, we will try finding out the value of a. All right. So if I substitute, all right, fine. So this will be what? A 10 equals to a. A is what? Fine. Okay. We will do one thing over here. We are already given the value of A10. A10 is how much? 52. So I will substitute 52 over here in place of A10, and this will be equal to A plus 9 times D. So your D is what? Your D is 5. So you will replace this with 5. You will replace the D with 5. Alright. Now this will be equal to what? This is 52 equals to A plus 45. Alright. Now I can even write this as A plus 45 equals to 52. Alright. When I make my right hand side the left hand side and the left hand side the right hand side, there is no change in the signs. Alright. So this will be A plus 45 equals to 52. Now what can I do? I can send this plus 45 on the other side. So it will be A equals to 52 minus 45. So this will be equal to it will be 45, right? 7. It will be what? 7. So your A is equals to 7. Now you know that to write an AP, what do you need? You need the first term and you need the common difference. Then you can write the whole arithmetic progression. All right. So you know that the general form of any arithmetic progression is A plus D, then A plus 2D, then A plus 3D, and so on. All right. So first you have A. So A is what? 5. Then you have 7 plus 5. So you can write 7 plus 5 over here. Then it is 7 plus 2 into D. D is 5. So it will be 5. Then you have A plus 3. So I should have written 7 over here. So this will be 7 plus 3 times D. D is what? D is 5. Alright. And so on. So this will be 7 comma 7 plus 5 gives you 12 comma 7 plus, this will be 2 5s are 10, 10 plus 7 will be 17. Then you will have 3 5s is 15, 15 plus 7 is 22. Alright. Now if you want to write the remaining terms also, you won't be able to write the all terms because it goes infinitely, right? So simply what you can do, you can add 5 to the previous term. So if you add 5 to 22, it will give you 27. If you add 5 to 27, it will give you the next term, which is 32, and so on. So this AP over here is your required arithmetic progression. Alright. Clear? Everyone has understood how to solve this? Okay. Let's go on to the next question then. Fine. Now in this question, what is given? See, read and understand the question. Everything is given in the question itself. You just have to what you have to do, you just have to decode that statement into the language of maths. Alright. So how that can be done? See over here. The 9th term of an AP. So they are basically talking about A9. Alright. The 9th term is equal to, so basically is equals to means it's equals to 7 times. 7 times means 7 multiplied by the second term. The second term is A2, and okay. So till here, so the 9th term of an AP is equal to 7 times the second term. So if I have to write this, I will write this as A9 equals to 7 A2. All right. Then what is given? And 12th term. That means they are basically talking about the 12th term. So A12. All right. 12th term exceeds 5 times the third term by 2. Okay. So that means this 12th term is it is what? It is exceeds, that means it is more than 5 times the third term by 2. Alright. So A12 is basically 5 times the third term, which is A3 plus 2. Alright. So the 12th term is exceeding by this much. It is exceeding by what? It is exceeding by 5 times A3 plus 2 more. Alright. Now so we know that an equals to a plus n minus 1 times d. Alright. using this formula, what we can find out? We can find out a9. So a9 will be basically a plus 9 minus 1 d. So this will be an will be equal to a plus 8d. Alright. So likewise you have a2. So a2 will be what? Your a2 will be equal to a plus 2 minus 1 d. So which will be equal to a plus, now 2 minus 1 will be 1 and 1 into d will be d. So I will simply write d. Alright. Then after that you have a12 and a3 also. So if you have to write a12, this will be a plus 12 minus 1 d, which will be equal to a plus 11d. Okay, and a3 is equals to a plus n minus 1 d. Actually, okay, this is 3 then. So n is 3, right? So I will replace this with 3. So this is 3 minus 1d. So this will be equal to a plus 2d. Alright. Now what we will be doing, you are told to find out the first term and the common difference. Alright. So let's see the first equation. They are saying a9 equals to 7a2. So a9 can be written as a plus 8d. So I will pick up this equation and I will replace a9 with a plus 8d equals to 7 times a2. So I will write this in brackets, alright, because a2 I am going to replace with a plus d. So this is my a2. So this will be a plus d. Alright. Now this is a plus 8d equals to, I will multiply this 7 inside. So it will be 7a plus 7d. Okay. Now what will I do? I will send this a on the other side. So see, 7a is already on the right hand side. So I am keeping it over there only. So there will be no sign change. But this plus a is going from left hand side to right hand side of the equation. So that will become minus a. Alright. On the other hand, if you see 8d is on the left hand side itself. So there will be no sign change. But this plus 7d you are going to send on the other side. That means you are going to send it on the left hand side. So it will be minus 7d. Alright. So 8d minus 7d will give you d equals to, now 7a minus a will give you 6a. Alright. So this is the relation between d and 6a. Fine. Now let us pick up this second equation. This was your first equation. Let us solve this equation and let's see what do you get. So this is a12 and we know that a12 can be written as a plus 11d. So in place of this I will write a plus 11d, okay, equals to 5 times a3. Okay, what is your a3? Your a3 is a plus 2d. Alright. So I will replace a3 with a plus 2d, okay, plus 2. So this will be plus 2. Now on solving this, what do I get? A plus 11d equals to 5a plus 10d. Alright. So it will be what? 5a plus 10d plus 2. Right. Now we will bring the like terms together and then we will find out an equation which cannot be solved further. Say for example, what will I do then? I will send this a on the other side and I will bring 10d on this side. So it will be 11d minus 10d equals to 5a minus a plus 2. So that means 11d minus 10d will give you d equals to 5a minus a will give you 4a plus 2. Alright. Now if you see over here, you have got two equations. Name this as 3 and name this as 4. Okay. Now this is also d and this is also d. You know that for a single arithmetic progression the common difference is same. That means this d and this d are same. So the RHS of these two equations are also same. So we can write 6a equals to 4a plus 2. Alright. Now you will bring this 4a on this side. So it will be 6a minus 4a equals to 2. So this will be 2a equals to 2 and finally you will have a equals to 2 upon 2, which will give you 1. So that means your first term is what? That is equals to 1. Okay. Now after getting the value of a, see, you are told to find out the first term as well as the common difference. Alright. You have two equations for the common difference. You can use any one equation, okay, and you can put the value of a over there. So what will I do? Put value of a in equation number 3. Alright, and the equation number is 3 is what? It is d equals to 6a. So we will write d is equals to 6 and we will replace a with 1. So the difference over here is 6. Alright. So this is what we had to find out. We had to find out the first term, which is 1, and we had to find out the common difference, which is 6. Okay. And if they tell you to find the arithmetic progression over here, you can do that also. Simply write down the first term, and you know that in arithmetic progression we have to keep on adding the common difference to the previous term. Alright. So if I add 6 to this will give me 7. If I again add 6 to this, that will give me 13. Then again if I add 6 to this, that will give me 19, and so on. Alright. So this is how we can solve any sum on arithmetic progression, and I guess you got an idea about what to do in this sum. Clear? Okay, no doubts. Shall we move on to the next question? Okay, fine. Okay, now in this question what is told to you, that the sum of a number and its reciprocal. Okay, so basically you have to do sum over here. Sum means addition. You have to do addition of what? The sum of a number. That means you have to add a number and its reciprocal. Okay, so that means let the number be x. Alright, so if the number is x, then its reciprocal will be what? You all know that, right? If I give you 3, the reciprocal of 3 is 1 by 3. So if I give you a number x, the reciprocal of x will be 1 by x, and I have to add the 2. Okay, so let the number be x, therefore the reciprocal is, or reciprocal will be 1 by x. Okay, so I have to do the sum of this 2. So it will be x plus 1 by x equals to, see, is 3. They are telling you that is 3. So this will be equal to 3. And next what they have given, find the number. Okay, so you have to find out the value of this x. Okay, solve the equation using quadratic formula. Okay, so basically they have given you an idea over here that this is going to be a quadratic equation. Alright, so you have to solve this using the quadratic formula. So what we can do over here, see, we can find out the LCM. Okay, this is 1 in the denominator, this is 1 in the denominator. Like I told you previously, that when you find out the LCM of the whole equation, what you can do, after solving it, you can directly cancel out the denominator. That is, you can directly cancel out that LCM. There is no need of that LCM then. Okay, so now see, you have only like one factor, or you can say only one variable, that is x. So that definitely the LCM will be x. So I will write x over here. Alright. Now we have to make all the denominators x. So if you have to make this 1 as x, you will be multiplying this with x. So numerator also you will have to multiply with x. Alright. So this will be x squared plus, now you already have x over here. So you want x and you already have x over there. So you will be multiplying that with 1. So in the numerator also you will multiply with 1. So that will give you 1 equals to, because see you have equals to sign over here, so I will put equal to. Now again this 1 has to be multiplied with x, so the numerator also gets multiplied with x. So this will give you 3x. Alright. Now you can cancel this LCM as I told you. Alright, because you are finding out the LCM of the whole equation. If you find out the LCM of the left part or the right part, the LCM stays over there. But when you find out the LCM of the whole equation, you can directly cancel out that LCM. So you are left with x squared. Now if I take this plus 3x on left hand side of the equation, it will be minus 3x plus 1 is already on the left hand side equals to 0. Alright, so this is my quadratic equation. Now I have to solve this equation by quadratic formula. Okay, so we know that if any quadratic equation is there, say ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, alright, where your a, b, c are real numbers and your a is not equal to 0. So the quadratic formula is what? It is minus b plus minus under root of b squared minus 4ac whole upon 2a. Alright. So first of all we will have to compare the general form of a quadratic equation with this equation over here in order to find out the coefficient of x squared, the coefficient of x and the constant term. Alright. So on comparing ax squared with x squared, we can find out that the coefficient of x squared is 1. Alright, then comparing the middle term, which is bx, with minus 3x over here, we get to know that our b is minus 3. B is minus 3. That means the coefficient of x is minus 3. Finally, you have the constant term. So c plus c, and you have plus 1 over here. So your c is equals to 1. So now you have the values of a, b and c. Now you just have to substitute these values in this formula, quadratic formula. So this will be minus, b is what? Minus 3. So you will put a bracket, you will make a bracket and you will place minus 3 inside it. Then you have plus, minus, then you will put the square root sign. Then you have b squared. B is what? Minus 3. So it will be minus 3 whole squared minus 4 ac. A is what? 1. And c is also what? C is also 1. Whole divided by 2a. What is your a? Your a is 1. So you will simply write 1. Alright. So this will be equal to, now see, minus and minus will become plus. So it will be plus 3. Alright. Then you have plus and minus over here, under root b squared. So minus 3 squared will be 9, minus 4 into 1 will be 4. Alright. Whole upon 2. Fine. Clear up till here? Okay. Now after this, this will be equals to 3 plus minus under root of 9 minus 4 gives you 5 upon 2. Alright. Then that means the roots are what? That means your x is equals to 3 plus root 5 by 2, or your x is equals to 3 minus root 5 by 2, or rather than or it is and. So that means the roots of this quadratic equation are 3 plus root 5 upon 2 and 3 minus root 5 upon 2. Okay. So this is how you will find out. Yeah, they have told you to find the number. So the number can be 3 plus root 5 by 2, or it can even be 3 minus root 5 upon 2. Alright. So this is how we will solve this question. Okay. Let's move on to the next question then. Fine. Now in this question, what is given? In the given figure, PA is tangent from an external point. So PA is what? It's a tangent. Alright. Let's say this point over here is A. Alright. Then what they are saying, from an external point P to a circle with center O. So the figure is already given, so like there is no much work to be done over here. The figure is also given. So if angle POB, so you are given the angle POB is equals to 125 degree, find angle APO. So you have to find out this angle APO. Alright. So first of all, in this case, what we will do, we can join A and O. Alright. What we will do, we will join A and O. So I will have to write over here that join AO. Alright. Now as we know that OA is the radius. Alright. So since OA is the radius, alright, you know that whenever you draw a radius at the point of contact to any tangent, the radius will be perpendicular to the tangent. Alright. So the tangent is making an angle of 90 degree over here. So you can write, since OA is the radius, since OA is the radius, at the point of contact, to the tangent PA, therefore angle PAO will be equal to 90 degree. Alright. So PAO will be 90 degree. Now we have to find out this angle. Alright. Now if you notice one more thing, this OA and this OB are what? They are forming a linear pair over here. Okay. What they are doing? They are forming a linear pair. Alright. So what you will write over here, since angle POA and angle POB are forming a linear pair angle POA plus the angle POB will be equal to 180 degrees. Alright. So angle POA is not known to you. So it will be angle POA plus angle POB. POB is what? It is 125 degrees equals to 180 degrees. So therefore angle POA will be equal to 180 degree minus 125 degree. So this will give you so 180, 20, 60, 55 degrees. It will be what? 55 degrees. So the angle over here is, the angle made over here is 55 degrees. Okay. Now you can easily find out that the angle APO is what? It is the third angle of a triangle. Alright. So the sum of all the three angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So what you can do, angle APO plus angle PAO plus the angle POA is equals to 180 degrees, and the reason is sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So APO you have to find out, so write it as it is, plus angle POA is what? It is 90 degrees plus POA is 55 degrees equals to 180 degrees. So that means your angle APO will be equal to 180 degree. Now 90 and 55 is 145. So if this 145 goes on this side, it will be minus 145. Alright. So angle APO will be equal to it will be 135 degrees. 135 degrees. Alright. So angle APO will be how much? It will be equal to 135 degrees. Sorry, wait, there's some mistake. Okay, it will be simply 35. It won't be 135 because 180 minus 145. So it will be simply 80 minus 45. 80 minus 45 is yes, 35. So the answer will be what? The answer will be 35 degrees. Okay, clear? Any doubts in this sum? Okay, let's see the next sum then. Okay, now in this question, see what is given. A sphere, a cone and a cylinder are having same radius and same height. Okay, so let's say this is a sphere, alright, this is a cone over here, this is a cone, and this is a cylinder. Alright, now they are telling you that the radius of sphere, cone and cylinder is the same, as well as the heights are also same. Alright, now we have to find out the ratio of their volumes. Okay, so that means the volume of sphere is to the volume of cone is to the volume of sphere. You have to find out volume of cylinder. The last one will be cylinder. Alright, cylinder. Now see, you know that the volume of sphere is what? It is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So I will write this as 4 by 3 pi r cube is to, you even know that the volume of cone is what? It is 1/3 of the volume of cylinder, which is 1/3 of pi r square h. Okay. Now when I say 1/3 of the volume of cylinder means when you take a cone and a cylinder of same radius and same height, in that case you will see that the volume of cone is always the 1/3 of the volume of cylinder. So it will be 1 by 3 into pi r squared h, alright, is to the volume of cylinder, which will simply be pi r square h. Alright. Now if you see in all of this, pi is common, so you can directly cancel out pi. Alright. Now you can even see that this 3 is the radius is common. Alright. See, this is r cube, so r cube can be written as r square into r. Alright. So if I cancel out this 3, that means I am taking out r square common. So this r square and this r square also gets cancelled out. Alright. Now when I have anything in the denominator, when you are finding out the ratio, to eliminate that, what you can do, you can multiply, see you want to eliminate 3 from here, so you will multiply all of them with 3, okay. So this will become, it will become, when you multiply 3 into 4 by 3, it will give you 4, and this r is still remaining over here, so r is 2. Now if you multiply 1 by 3 with 3, you will have only 1, so and h is also left, so I will simply write h over here. Finally over here what you will be left with, you will have 3h over here, because you have 1 and you will be multiplying this with 3, alright. So that 3 has to be multiplied with all the 3, alright. So you will have 3h. Now see, if you notice one thing, this is the height of the cone, alright. This is the height of the cylinder, alright. Now this is the height of the sphere, and see a relation between the height. See, the height of the sphere will be 2 times the radius, alright. If you notice, this is also the radius and this is also the radius, so the height of a sphere is 2 times the radius. So I can replace this r with, so that means by this what can I say, that my radius is h upon 2, alright. So what will I do, I will replace this r with h upon 2, so it will be h upon 2 is 2, I have h over here, and I have, see when I am writing h, it means 1h, this is 1h, and this will be 3h, alright. Now see, 2 1s are 2 and 2 2s are 4, so you have 2h is to 1h is to 3h, alright. Now in all the 3 you have h, h and h common, so you have 2 is to 1 is to 3. So this will be the ratio of the volumes of sphere, cone and cylinder when the radius of all the 3 and height of all the 3 are same, okay. So this will be the ratio of the volumes, alright. Is this clear? You can even write over here that volume of sphere is to volume of cone is to volume of cylinder is equals to this, alright. Is this clear? Understood by everyone? Okay, fine. Let's see the next question then. Now in this question what is given, it's a question on statistics. Let us read out the question. You have to find the mean of the following distribution, okay. So the marks are given, the number of students are given, alright. So now see, whenever you have to find out the median, you know that you have to first make a column of cumulative frequency, alright. So after this I will make a column of cumulative frequency, alright. So when writing the values of cumulative frequency, the first value is copied as it is, alright. Now for the next value, what do we do? 16 plus 4, that gives us this value, so it will be 20. Then you have 20 plus 12, that gives this value, which is 32. Then 32 plus 18 gives you 50, alright. Then 50 plus 32 gives you 82. Then 82 plus 10 gives you 92, and finally 92 plus 8 you have 100, alright. Now you will find one thing over here, that when you see, this is your frequency, when you do sum of the frequency, that will be equal to the last value of your cumulative frequency. These two things will always be the same, okay. They cannot be different, alright. Now after calculating this, we first of all we have to do n by 2, okay. N is what? N is your summation of frequency, this is your n, alright. So n by 2 means this is 100 by 2, so this will be 50, alright. This is 50 means what? Why do we find this? We find this to find out the median class, alright. So for finding out the median class, whatever is your n by 2, you have to take a value which is greater than this, okay. So the greater value than n by 2, and which is nearer to it, because if you say the value greater than 50, there are many values greater than 50, it is 82, 92, 100, alright. So a value greater than n by 2, and it should be the nearest one, so that comes up to 82, alright. So now 82, what's the median class? It is 70 to 80. So the median class of this data is, so the median class of this data is 70 to 80, alright. Now you know the median class, so from here you can get to know two things. One is the lower class limit, which is 70, and from this you can even find out the class size, which will be upper class limit minus lower class limit, which will be equal to 10. Alright. Now you all know the formula of median, which is, so your median is equals to lower class limit plus n by 2 minus the cumulative frequency of previous class upon the frequency of the median class times h. That means times the median the class size. Alright. So n upon 2 we have already found out, that is 50. Now cumulative frequency is CF of the previous class. So see, this is our median class. So the cumulative frequency of the previous class will be 50. So this will be 50 over here. Alright. Then talking about the frequency of the median class. So what is the frequency of the median class? It is 32. So I'll write 32. Alright. Now I have all the values L, n by 2, h, cf and f. I will simply put these values in the formula to get the answer, to get the median. So L is what? L is 70. So I will write 70 plus in brackets n by 2. N by 2 is what? It is 50. Alright. Minus the cumulative frequency of previous class, which is also 50. So I will write 50 upon the frequency of the median class, that is 32. So this will be 32 multiplied by the class size is 10. Now this will be equal to 70 plus in brackets you will have 50 minus 50, this will be 0 upon 32 multiplied by 10. Now we know that 0 upon anything is 0 and 0 into anything is 0. So this whole thing after the addition sign will become 0. So my median will be 70. So the median in this particular question will be 70. Okay. Are you all clear with this? समझ में आया सब कुछ? All right, ठीक है. Let's see the next question then. Okay. Now in the next question, the sixth question, let me just check whether we have not missed out any question. Okay, fine. So now in this question, what is given? That find the value of k for which the quadratic equation, this is the quadratic equation, all right, has equal roots. Now see, as soon as they give you some condition like the roots are equal, the roots are like less than 0, the roots are greater than 0, then that means understand that we have to deal with the discriminant. Okay. Now what is the discriminant when you have roots equal? Basically your discriminant is b squared minus 4ac, alright, for a quadratic equation which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Alright. So if this is your quadratic equation, then this will be your discriminant. Alright. And depending upon the discriminant, you can say whether the roots will be real and distinct, real and equal, or it will be 0. Alright. So we know that when the discriminant is equals to 0, at that time the roots, it will have equal roots. Alright. So that means your d should be equal to 0, which means your b squared minus 4ac will be equal to 0. Alright. Now let's compare the given quadratic equation with the standard form of the quadratic equation. So you see, if you see, kx squared is corresponding to ax squared. The meaning, so from this we can find out the coefficient of x, which is k. Then if you see, this plus 4 root 3x corresponds to plus bx. Alright. So that means b is the coefficient of x. So what is the coefficient of x over here? It is 4 root 3. So we will write 4 root 3. Alright. Finally the constant term. The constant term in your general form corresponds to 3 over here. So that will be equal to 3. Alright. Now we will substitute these values in this particular equation. So we get b squared. B squared means 4 root 3 whole squared minus 4a. What is your a? Your a is k. So I will substitute k, and c. C is 3. So I will write down 3 equals to 0. Now see, 4 root 3 whole squared. 4 root 3 whole squared means square of 4 and square of root 3. So square of 4 is 16. Alright. And the square root of 3 is 3. Alright. We know this thing, that square root of 3 is 3. So that means 16 multiplied by 3. So this will be 3 6 is 18, 3 1s are 3 and 4. So it will be 48. So 4 root 3 whole squared will be 48 minus 4k into 3 will be 12k equals to 0. Alright. Now what we will be doing, I will send this minus 12k on the other side. So this equation becomes 12k equals to 48. So that means your k is equals to 48 upon 12, which is equals to 12, 4 is 48. So it will be 4. So that means the value of your k is equals to 4. Alright. So this is what you had to find out. You had to find out the value of k, which will be equal to 4. Alright. Okay. Understood by everyone? Fine. Let's move on to the next question then. Now see, in this question what is given? You have to read out and you have to understand the question. See, it is given in the question that the denominator of a fraction, alright, so first of all it's a fraction. So denominator of a fraction is 1 more than, 1 more means the denominator is 1 more than, that means it's plus 1. So it's 1 more than what? It is 1 more than twice its numerator. But do we know the numerator in this case? No. So whenever we do not know anything, what do? We take the value of that as x. So you can write, let the numerator be x. Alright. So if your numerator is x, that means therefore the fraction will be what? Now see, as we read the last part of this question, it is given what? The denominator of a fraction is 1 more than twice its numerator. So if your numerator is x, so your denominator is 1 more than twice its numerator. So it will be 2x. Alright. So okay, this is the fraction. So this is your fraction. Alright. Now what they are saying, if the sum of the fraction and its reciprocal, if the sum of the fraction and the reciprocal of this, reciprocal is basically making the denominator the numerator and the numerator the denominator. So if you do the sum of the fraction and its reciprocal, you will get 2 whole 16 by 21. So it will be x upon 2x plus 1 plus 2x plus 1 upon x will give you now see 2 whole 16 upon 21, we can convert this into improper fraction. So it will be 21 into 2, which will give you 42, and 42 plus 16. So 42 plus 6 is 48, 48 plus 10 is 58. So this will be equal to 58 upon 21. Alright. So this will be your equation. Now to solve this, first of all what you will do cross multiplication over here. Alright. So in cross multiplication, the denominator of first fraction gets multiplied with the numerator of second fraction, and the denominator of second fraction gets multiplied with the numerator of the first fraction, and the denominators of both the fraction gets multiplied with each other. Alright. So this will be x squared plus, now we see this 2x plus 1 is going to get multiplied with 2x plus 1. So when we multiply two same things, what do we write? Let's say for example, if I give you 2 into 2, this can be written as 2 squared. So same way this will be written as 2x plus 1 the whole squared, whole upon the multiplication of the denominator, or you can say the product of the denominators. So it will be x, and in bracket you will have 2x plus 1 equals to 58 upon 21. Alright. Fine. Now the next step I am writing over here. So then now what do? Now see, we will send this denominator on the other side, so it will get multiplied with 58, and we will send this 21 on this side, so it will be multiplied by this whole numerator. Alright. So I can write this as 21 in brackets, it will be x squared plus 2x plus 1 the whole squared equals to, now see this x will get multiplied with 58, so I can write this as 58x in brackets, it will be 2x plus 1. Okay, this equation will get transformed into this one. Alright. Now see, before multiplying this 21 inside, I would suggest you to solve the inner bracket first. So this will be what? It will be 21 in bracket, you already have x squared plus this is what? A plus b whole squared, right? a plus b whole squared is what? A squared plus b squared plus 2ab. So a squared is 2x whole squared. So 2x whole squared will be 4x squared plus 2ab. So 2 into a is 2x. So 2 into 2x is 4x. 4x into 1 will give you 4x. So it will be 4x plus b squared. B is what? B is 1. So it will be 1. B 1 squared is 1. So we'll keep this as it is. Equals to, now on the right hand side of the equation you can multiply this 58x inside. So it will be 2 8s are 16, 2 5s are 10, 11. So it will be 116. X into x will be x squared, and 58x into plus 1 will be plus 58x. Alright. Now this is how your equation would look like. Now inside the bracket, if you see, this x squared plus 4x squared will give you 5x squared. So I can write this as 21 in brackets 5x squared plus 4x plus 1 equals to 116x squared plus 58x. Alright. Now we will have to multiply this 21 inside the bracket. So this will be 5 2s are 10, 105x squared plus, it will be 484x plus 21 equals to 116x squared plus 58x. Alright. Now solving this further, see what can I do? This is 116x squared, alright, and this is 105x squared. So I know that 116 is greater than 105. So if I take 116 on this side, my x squared will be negative. Okay, so and I don't want to keep my x squared as negative. So what will I do over here? I will make my whole right hand side the left hand side and the left hand side the right hand side. Alright, so that means I will write this as 116x squared plus 58x equals to 105x squared plus 84x plus 21. Alright. Now bringing the like terms together, rather what would I do? I will bring all the terms of the right hand side on the left hand side. Okay, so this will be 116x squared minus 105x squared. Alright, then I have plus 58x, so it will be plus 58x, then plus 84x comes on this side, it will be minus 84x. Alright, minus 21 equals to 0. Alright, because I have brought all the terms from the right hand side on the left hand side, there is nothing left on the right hand side, hence it will be equal to 0. Now 116x squared minus 105x squared, so this will give you 11x squared. So this will be what? 11x squared, then plus 58x and minus 84x. So you know that 84 is larger than 58. So definitely over here it will be a negative sign, and since both these terms are having different signs, we will subtract. So 84 minus 58. So first let's subtract 50 out of 84. So it will be 34. Now 34 minus 8 will give you 26. So this will be 26x, alright, minus 21 equals to 0. Now again you have a quadratic equation over here. So we can use either the quadratic formula or we can use prime factorization also over here. Okay. Now see, to do prime factorization, what we have to do, we have to multiply the last term, that is the constant term, which is minus 21, with the first term, which is 11x squared. Alright. So see, I will not actually be multiplying, because if I multiply I won't get to know the like factors easily. Alright. So what will I do? But remember this process, that you have to multiply the constant term with the first term. So this will give you minus 21 into 11x squared. Alright. Now you have to split the factors. You have to find out two factors in such a way, then when you solve those two factors you should get minus 26x, and when you multiply those two factors you should get this product. Alright. Now see, the 21 which I have written over here, I will replace this with minus 3 into 7. Alright. So now see, when I write the factor form, it becomes easier for me to find out these two factors. How it will be easier? See, let's say 11 3s is 33. Yes. So I can use the combination of 33 and 7. When I multiply 33 and 7, alright, 33 and 7, this is going to give me this product. alright, and it's x squared, so I will put x and x over here. Now the center term is negative, so what will I have to do? And I know that 33 and 7, if I subtract 7 from 33, I will get 26, alright. So that means these two terms should have different signs if I want to subtract them, okay, but the larger number will have a negative sign because over here there is a negative sign of the middle term. So it will be minus and plus, so minus 33x and plus 7x. So I can replace minus 26x with minus 33x and plus 7x. So it will be 11x squared minus 33x plus 7x minus 21 equals to 0. Now if I pick up the first two terms, 11x is common in the first two terms. So inside the bracket I will have x minus 3. Alright. So inside the bracket I will have x minus 3. Similarly over here I will write plus, and 7x and 21, the common between the two terms is 7, and inside the bracket again I will have x minus 3 equals to 0. Alright. The meaning of this is what? I will get two factors, x minus 3, and inside the other bracket I will get another factor, which is 11x plus 7 equals to 0. The meaning of this is my x minus 3 is equals to 0, or my 11x plus 7 is equals to 0. 11x plus 7 is equals to 0. So that means if my x minus 3 is 0, my value of x is equals to 3, and if my 11x plus 7 is equals to 0, then my value of x is minus 7 upon 11. Alright. But now if you read the question, it is given that the denominator of a fraction, so it's a fraction, right, and we know that fractions are not negative. So the value of x will not be minus 7 upon 11. So definitely the value of x is what? The value of x is 3. And what is your 3? What is your x? Your x is the numerator of the fraction. So that means therefore the numerator of the fraction is 3. Alright. So if the numerator is 3, your denominator is what? It is 2 times 3 plus 1. So 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 plus 1 is 7. So you can write, so the fraction is 3 upon 7. So this is your fraction. When you do the reciprocal of this, and when you add this 2, add the 2, you will get your answer as 2 whole 16 by 21. Alright. Okay, so we had to find the fraction, and we have already found out the fraction. Alright, is this clear to everyone? Fine. Okay, you can go home and try it by yourself. So you will come to know whether you are clear with it or not, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me afterwards. Alright, now let's see the next section, which is section B. Okay, in this the first question is based on statistics again. What is given? Find the missing frequencies of the following distribution if the median of the data is 50. Alright, so median given to you is 50. So once the median is given, you can find out the median class. The first thing you can do is, alright, but you do not have 50 value anywhere, so fine, let's keep it as it is. Now see, this is the frequency given. You have to find out the missing frequency. So let's say the missing frequency is x and y. Okay, now many of them make a mistake of taking both these missing frequencies as x. You cannot do that, because the two frequencies which are not given, they have not told you that they are equal. If they are equal, then in that case you can take x and x, but no information is given to you about those frequencies. You will take this as x and y. Alright. Now we know that while calculating the median, what do? We have one column of cumulative frequency. So we will find out the cumulative frequency over here. Alright. And we know that the first frequency remains as it is. So it will be 25. Then 25 plus 15 gives you 40. So I will write 40. Then 40 plus x gives you 40 plus x. Then 40 plus x plus 6 will give you 46 plus x. Then you have 46 plus x plus y. So it will be 46 plus x plus y. Then you have 46 plus x plus y plus 12. So it will be 46 plus 2 is 48, 58. So it will be 58 plus x plus y. Then it will be 58 plus 8, which will be 8 plus 8 is 16, so it will be 66. Yes, correct, it will be 66 plus x plus y. Alright, this will be the last value in the cumulative frequency, and we know very well that the last value in the cumulative frequency is always equals to the summation of the frequencies, which you can even denote this with n. Alright, so from this we get one equation as 66 plus x plus y is equals to 100. Alright, let's denote this with equation number 1. Alright, you have understood? We saw this type of question previously also. What did we see? That the last value of the cumulative frequency is always equals to the summation of frequency, which can also be denoted with n. Alright, now after this what we can do, see, fine, the median is 50, alright. So 66 plus x plus y. Okay, let's write down the formula of median. So your median is equals to the lower class limit plus fine. Now what we will do, first of all we will find out the median class. Okay, to find out the median class we will have to do n by 2, that is again 50. Alright, so okay, so basically you can find out your median from as see, median is given to you. Median is what? Median is 50. That means this 50 lies between 50 to 60. So from here you can get the median class. So your median class is what? Your median class is 50 to 60. So your median class is equals to 50 to 60. Alright, see, note one more thing over here, that whenever median is given to you, with the help of the median you can find out the median class. Alright, now see, the median was 50, so you won't be considering this one, okay, because as we have studied that the 50 which is given over there, that will fall in the category of 50 to 60. Alright, so that means the median class is 50 to 60. So the formula of median is L plus n upon 2 minus the cumulative frequency of previous class upon the frequency of the present frequency of the median class multiplied by h, which is the class size. Alright, so the lower limit over, okay, the median over here given to us is 50, so I will write 50. Then the lower class limit again is 50, so I will write 50 again over here, plus n by 2. N by 2 is what? 100 by 2. So 100 by 2 will give me 50 minus the cumulative frequency of the class which is just before the median class, and we know that the median class is this. Alright, see, this is the median class. So the frequency before the median class is 40 plus x. So I will write 40 plus x, but that will be in brackets. Why that will be in brackets? Because as you know that whenever there is a negative sign, after that whatever you write, whatever expression you write, that should be in brackets, divided by the frequency. The frequency of the median class. The frequency of the median class is what? It is 6. So this is 6 over here, multiplied by the h. H is what? The class size. The class size is what? The upper class limit minus the lower class limit. So it will be 60 minus 50, that will give you 10. So this will be 10. Alright, now see, you have plus 50 on this side and you have plus 50 on this side. So both will cancel out each other. Alright, both will cancel out each other. That means there will be 1 left over here. Sorry, there will be 0 left over here, because when this plus 50 comes on this side, it will be minus 50. So 50 minus 50 will be 0, equals to then you have inside the bracket you will have 50. Now this negative sign gets multiplied inside, so minus 40 and minus x whole divided by 6 multiplied by 10. Alright, now see, this 10 is also in multiplication. So when you send it on the left hand side of the equation, it will be 0 divided by 12. So 0 divided by 12 will also be 0. So this will be equal to 50 minus 40 is 10 minus x upon 6. Alright, now this 6 will also come on this side and get multiplied with 0. So it will become 0. So your 0 is equals to 10 minus x. Now we will send this negative x on the left hand side. So it will become positive x. Okay, so 0 plus positive x will give you positive x equals to 10. Alright, so this will be, the value of x will be 10. Alright, so the frequency over here is what? It is 10. even you have to find out y, because they have told you to find out the missing frequencies. So for finding out the value of y, what we can do, we can substitute the value of x in equation 1. So you can write substituting value of x in equation 1. Alright, so your equation 1 is 66 plus x plus y equals to 100. When I substitute 10 in place of x, it will be 66 plus 10 plus y equals to 100. Alright, so 66 plus 10 will give you 76. When this 76 goes on the other side, it will be minus 76. So y will be equal to 100 minus 76. So 100 minus 76 is 4 is 80, and it will be 24. So the value of y is equals to 24. So this will be the value of y. So the missing frequencies are 10 and 24. This is 24. Alright, is this clear to everyone? Has everyone understood this? Shall we move on to the next question? Okay, fine. Let's see the next question then. Okay, fine. The next question is, what you have to do, you have to draw a pair of tangents to a circle with center O, alright, of radius 4.6 centimeters. So first of all, what you will do, you will take a radius of 4.6 centimeters on your compass and you will draw a circle. Alright, so this is your circle of radius 4.6. Let me just make this again. So this will be the circle of radius 4.6 centimeters. Alright, and this is the center of your circle, say O. Now what have they told you, that which are inclined, so the tangents are inclined to each other at an angle of 60 degree. Alright, now see, you can draw a rough figure. This is your circle. Now the tangents are inclined at 60 degree, so there is a 60 degree angle over here. You know that the tangent is perpendicular to the radius. Alright, so this is perpendicular over here, and when you extend this tangent, again over here there is an angle of 90 degree. Alright, so that means if you have to, if you know the central angle, you can easily draw this whole construction. Alright, so the central angle will be equal to 120 degree. Why it will be 120 degree? Because if you see this O, this is let's say P, this is A, and this is B. Alright, this is B. So there are 4 angles in this: OBP, then OAP, then APB, and AOB. There are 4 angles. So it's a quadrilateral basically. So in a quadrilateral, you know that sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. So what can we do? Angle PAB plus angle PBA, PBO, sorry, it will be PAO, sorry, not PAB, it will be PAO plus PBO plus APB plus AOB will be equal to 360 degrees. Alright, so I will write it over here: angle APB plus angle PAO plus angle PBO plus angle AOB equals to 360 degrees. Okay, so that means APB is how much? It is 60 degrees plus PAO is equals to 90 degrees plus PBO is also equal to 90 degrees plus angle AOB, which you have to find out, which is equals to 360 degrees. Okay, because until and unless you do not find out the angle AOB, you won't be able to construct the two radiuses. Alright, so 2 radii basically. Alright, so now 60 plus 90 is 150, 150 plus 90 is 240. So it will be 240 degrees plus angle AOB equals to 360. So that means your angle AOB equals to 360 degrees minus 240. So 360 minus 200 will be 160, and 160 minus 40 will be 120 degrees. So the angle AOB, that means the angle at the center between the 2 radii is going to be 120 degrees. So for that, what you will do, you will draw one radius first. Let me just make this whole thing again. Okay, now see, this is your circle of radius 4.6 centimeters. Alright, so you will draw one radius first. Alright, let this be O and let this be A. Alright, now you know that the angle between the two radius is what? 120 degree. So you have to construct an angle of 120 degree over here. So for that, what you will do, take any radius on your compass, and with the center at O, just draw a semicircle like this. Alright. Now with that same radius and center as this point, cut this semicircle. So this will be your 60 degrees. Okay. When it will be 60, once you join this point with O, okay, if you draw a ray passing through O and you can say starting from O and passing through this point, so that will be the angle between OA and that ray. So that will be 60 degrees. Now with that same radius and center as this point, draw another arc. Okay, this will be 120 degrees. So when you draw a ray passing through this point, if you want to make a ray, or you can even make a like a line segment, but I would suggest you to draw a ray like this. So this is a ray. Alright. Now this point over here is your B. Alright. Fine. Now what you will be doing, you know that the radius and tangents are perpendicular to like they are perpendicular. So the radius at the point of contact is perpendicular to the tangent. So you will have to construct a 90 degree over here. Alright. So to construct a 90 degree, what you can do, see, you can do one thing. See, you know that the 90 degree is what? It's the 90 degree is the angle bisector of 180 degree, right? So for this, what you need to do, you just need to extend this line segment like this. Alright, just extend this radius on this side. Now with some radius and center is this point A, draw a semicircle. Alright, draw a semicircle. Now you will get 2 points. Okay. Now take the radius of the compass wider than the radius which you took over here. I would suggest take a large radius. Alright, and with center as this point, draw an arc like this, and with center as this point, draw another arc like this. Okay, you will directly get the 90 degree once you connect this point A, once you connect a ray starting from A and passing through this point. Alright, so this ray over here will be 90 degree. The same thing you can do this side, with center as point B and with some particular radius, draw a semicircle. Alright, now you have to change the radius of the compass, okay, and take a large radius of the compass, and with center as this point, draw an arc, and with center as this point, draw another arc. So the point obtained over here, when you join this point, or when you draw a ray from B passing through this point, this will be perpendicular over here. This is also perpendicular over here. Okay, and you can say this is how much? This is 4.6 centimeters. So this is 4.6 centimeters, and the angle over here you can mark is 120 degrees. All right. So this point, the intersection of two rays which you have obtained over here, this is your P. All right. This is your P, and the angle made over here is 60 degrees. This is 60 degrees. All right. Fine. So okay, you had to find out only this thing. Now see, don't put arrows at the end because it is not changing, it is fixed. So just mark like this and 60 degrees. Okay, is there anything which we are missing out? No, you can even write 4.6 centimeters over here. Alright, so this is how we will construct tangents to a circle. Alright, have you all understood this? Should we move to the next question? Okay, let's move to the next question then. Okay, in this question what is given? Find the median of the following distribution. So we have to find out the median. Now we have done two sums on median, so we should know the formula of median very well, and we should also know how to find out median very well, right? Because since this is the third sum on median. So now first of all, see, to find out the median, what do we have to do? We have to find out the cumulative frequency, or you can say we have to write down the cumulative frequencies first. So the first is 2, so that 2 will be as it is. Now to obtain the second value of cumulative frequency, you will have to add 2 and 8. So this will give you 10, then you will do 10 plus 12, which will give you 22, then 22 plus 20, which will give you 42, then 42 plus 8, this will give you 50. Alright. Now as I told you that the last value of your cumulative frequency will always be equal to the summation of f, summation of your frequency. This is your frequency, so the summation of frequency which is equals to 50, and it is also denoted by n. So these two values will always be equal. Alright. Now to find out the median class, what do we find out? We do n upon 2. Alright. Now what is the value of n upon 2? It is 50 by 2. So 50 by 2 is 25. Alright. So that means what we have to check, we have to check the cumulative frequency which is just greater than this 25, okay, and it is just near to 25. So the cumulative frequency which is greater than 25 is 42. Alright, and this is near to 25. Alright, this 50 is also greater than 25, but it is not near to 25, it is far away from 25. So we will take 42, and the class corresponding to 42 is 150 to 160. Alright, so your median class is what? From here you can get your median class. So your median class is 150 to 160. Alright, now 150 to 160, from here you can find out your lower class limit, which is 150, and you can even find out your class size, which is 10. Alright, it will be upper class limit minus the lower class limit, which will be 10. Alright, now the formula of median is lower class limit plus in brackets n by 2 minus the cumulative frequency of the previous class upon the frequency of the median class multiplied by the class size. So your lower class limit is 150, so let's write down 150 over here, plus your n by 2 is 25, so I'll write 25 minus the cumulative frequency of the previous class. So your median class is this class, so the previous class, the cumulative frequency is 22, so we'll put 22 divide by the frequency of the median class. So what is the frequency of the median class? That is 20, so I'll put 20 over here multiplied by the class size, which is 10. Alright, now you can see that this 0 and this 0 can be cancelled out, so this will be 150 plus, now 25 minus 22 gives you 3, so it will be 3 upon 2. So this will be equal to 150 plus 3 upon 2 is what? 3 upon 2 is 1.5. Alright, 2 ones is 2, 3, 1, yes, it will be 1.5, and 150 plus 1.5 will be 151.5. So this will be the median. Okay, this will be the median of this particular sum. Has everyone understood this? Okay, fine. Then let's move on to the next question. Okay, in this question what is given? See, the angle of elevation of the top of a tower from a point P on the ground is 60 degrees. Okay, at a point Q 60 meters vertically above P, the angle of elevation becomes 45 degrees. Alright, now see, let us understand, let us read these statements, and let us frame the figure first. Alright, so now the angle of elevation of the top of a tower, so this is a tower. Alright, let me name this as A, and let me name this as B. Alright, the angle of elevation of a tower from a point P on the ground, so this is my ground. Alright, the horizontal is my ground, so there is a point P over here, there is a point, say P over here, this is point P. Alright, so P on the ground is 60 degrees, so the angle of elevation is 60 degrees. So let me join A and P. So the angle of elevation over here is what? 60 degrees. Alright, then it is said that at a point Q 60 meters vertically above P, so that means vertically above P means like this, and this distance is, this is Q, and this distance is 60 meters. Alright, this distance is what? It is 60 meters. The angle of elevation becomes 45 degrees. Now from this point, the angle of elevation, let me join this to A and Q. Okay, now see, the angle of elevation, for that I need a horizontal. So this is the horizontal. So this angle made over here is 45 degrees. Alright, and what we are told to find out find the height of the tower. So we have to find out the height of the tower. Now see, one thing you can note over here, that this BQ and this, let's say this is QC, BP and QC are parallel to each other, right? Because see, though over here you won't be able to see it parallel, but actually this is a parallel because I am drawing a horizontal line over here, and the surface and the ground is also horizontal. All right, so these two lines are parallel. So when two lines are parallel, the distance between them at any two corresponding points is always same. All right, so if PQ is 60, BC is also 60. All right, this is also 60 meters. So first of all, let me write down, let the height of the tower be x. All right, so the height of the tower is what? The height of the tower is x. So that means the distance A to B is x. All right, now since we know that PQ is equals to BC, so we can write PQ equals to BC equals to 60 meters. All right, so therefore see, if you see the distance AC, your AC is what? AC is AB minus CB. So I can write down that AB is equals to AB is equals to BC plus CA. All right, or else if you have to find out AC, then AC is what? AC is AB minus BC. So I will use that. So this will be what? AC will be equal to AB minus CB. All right, so AB is x, so the AB is x minus your CB is 60, so it will be x minus 60 meters. All right, so this distance over here is x minus 60 meters. All right, okay, fine. Now they have not even given you the distance between the tower and the point on the ground. Okay, so let this distance be, so let the distance between the foot of the pole and point P on the ground be y. All right, so this distance over here is y. All right, now you know that see, this point Q is vertically above P. All right, so the distance between BP, okay, and the distance between CQ is going to be the same, right? This distance CQ and the distance BP is also going to be the same. So therefore you can write BP will be equal to CQ will be equal to y, meters. You can write meters. So this is, let this distance be y meters. So this is y meters. All right, fine. Now let us consider, now see, one thing we know very well, that this is horizontal and this is vertical. So there is a formation of right angle over here. Even BP is horizontal and AB is vertical, so there is a formation of right angle over here also. All right, so first we can consider the triangle ACQ. So we can write, in triangle ACQ, right angled at C. Okay, right angled at C. Now we are given AC, okay, and like, see, we know the value of AC. You cannot say the exact value, but we at least know the expression of the height AC. All right, and we know the expression for the horizontal distance CQ. All right, so basically we will be, see, this is your angle of reference. So basically we will be dealing with the ratio of opposite upon adjacent. So this is opposite upon adjacent. So opposite upon adjacent is what? It is tan theta. So I will write tan of 45 degree is equals to opposite. Opposite is AC. All right, and my adjacent is CQ. So it will be CQ. All right, now we know that tan of 45 is 1. So I will write 1 equals to AC. What is my AC? AC is x minus 60. So it will be x minus 60 upon CQ. What is my CQ? CQ is equals to BP equals to y meters. So this will be y. Okay, so from here, if I send y on the other side, it will become y is equals to x minus 60. Alright. Now let this equation be my first equation. This is my first equation. Alright. Now what will I do? I will take the triangle ABP. I will take this triangle ABP. Alright. So you can write in triangle ABP, right angled at B. So this is right angled at B. Alright. So if you consider this triangle, the horizontal distance, the vertical side is AB and the horizontal side is BP, and we know the expression for the vertical and the horizontal. Alright, that means for this angle, the vertical tower is the opposite side, and the horizontal distance from the foot of the pole to the point on the ground is your adjacent side. So basically we have to find out the ratio of opposite upon adjacent. So again over here we will use 10, because we know that the ratio of opposite upon adjacent is 10. Alright, so this will be 10 of 60 degree equals to the opposite side, which is AB, upon the horizontal distance, which is BP. Alright, this is BP. Now 10 of 60, so for 10 of 60, you know sine of 60 is root 3 upon 2 divided by cos of 60, which is half. So it will give you the value root 3. So 10 of 60 is what? It is root 3 equals to, now AB. The AB length is what? The AB length is x. So you will write x over here upon BP. BP is what? That distance is y. So this will be y. Now I can send this y on the other side. So from here I get value of x equals to root 3 y. Alright, let me name this as equation number 2. Alright, and this is my equation number 1. Do I have some other values? No. Okay, so this is my equation number 2 and this is my equation number 1. Now see, what can I do? I know the value of x is root 3 upon y, correct? I can put the value of x in equation number 1, correct? So what will I do? I will need some space now. So I will just copy this equations at the back. It's what? Y is equals to x minus 60 and root 3y, x minus 60. Okay, so x minus 60 and root 3y. So this is equals to x and this is my y. Alright, this is my equation number 1 and this is my equation number 2. What am I going to do? I am going to put the value of x in equation 1. So putting value of x in equation 1. Alright, so this will be y equals to x. In place of x I will put root 3y minus 60. Alright, so what can I do? I can send this minus 60 on the LHS and I can send this y to, on the RHS. So this becomes 60 equals to root 3y minus y. Alright, so this will be 60 equals to, now if you see y is common in both this terms. Okay, so y I will write outside and inside the bracket I will write root 3 minus 1. Okay, so this can even be written as y root 3 minus 1 equals to 60. So this y will be equal to 60 upon root 3 minus 1. Alright, now see, for solving this I will have to rationalize the denominator. Alright, so for rationalizing I will have to multiply the numerator and denominator with the rationalizing factor. Okay, so the rationalizing factor of root 3 minus 1 will be root 3 plus 1. So this will be root 3 plus 1 upon root 3 plus 1. So this will be 60 multiplied by root 3 plus 1, and in the denominator if you see this is a minus b and this is a plus b. So a minus b into a plus b is a squared minus b squared. So it will be root 3 squared, it will be root 3 squared minus 1 squared. So this will be equal to 60 in brackets root of 3 plus 1 upon, it will be root 3 squared is 3 and minus 1. So this will be equal to 60 in brackets root 3 plus 1 upon 2. So it will be 2 ones and 2 30s. So this will be 30 and in bracket, now see, you know the value of root 3. Root 3 is what? 1.732. So you can use that value. So 1.732 plus 1 will be 2.732. Alright. So it will be 2.732. Now you have to multiply this 30 and 2.732. So 30 into 2.732. So this 30 can be written as 3 into 10. So when you multiply this value with 10, the point will shift on the right by one digit. So it will be 27.32 into 3. So it will be 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 0.37 is 21, 3 2s are 6, 7, 8. So it will be 81.96 meters. This will be what? This will be equal to y. Okay. And what is y? Y is the distance between the foot of the tower to the point P. Okay. This will be the distance y. So what are we told to find out? We are told to find out the height of the tower. So we have to find out the height h. Alright. So for that what we will do? Okay. See, let us just do one thing. Okay, fine. Now we got the value of y. We know that x is equals to root 3 y. So we can put the value of y over here. So which value of y we will put? This value. See, we know that y is equals to 30 in brackets root 3 plus 1. So I will use this value over here. Alright. So this will be x equals to root 3, and in place of y I will put 30 in brackets root of 3 plus 1. Alright. So this will be equal to 30 root 3 in brackets root of 3 plus 1. So this will be 30. You know that now 30 root 3 into root 3, that will give you 30 into 3. So it will be 30 into 3 plus 30 root 3 into 1. So this will be 30 root 3 into 1 will be 30 root 3. So this will be 30 root 3. So this will be equal to this will be 90 plus 30 root 3. Now we know the value of 30 root 3. See, no, we will have to find out that 30 root 3 will be basically 30 into 1.732. Now see, 30 can be written as 3 into 10. So multiply 10 over here. So it will be 3 into 17.32. So it will be 3 2s is 6, 3 3s is 9, 0.37 is 21, 3 1s are 3, 4, 5. It will be 51.76. Alright. So 90 plus 51.76 will give you 141.96. It will be 141.96 meters. This will be approx, because the value of root 3 is 1.732 and it keeps on going. So we take only 1.732. So this will be the value of x. And what is our x? Our x is the height of the tower. So the height of the tower is 141.96 meters. So you can even say that it is approximately 142 meters. Alright. Is this sum clear? Alright. Fine. Let's see the next sum then. Okay. Now again this is a sum on trigonometry. So basically trigonometry you have very lengthy sums. Alright. So see, once you have an idea of how the figure will look like, once you draw the figure, you can easily find out your answers. Alright. Let's see how. See, two men on either side of a temple. Alright. 75 meters high. So this is the temple over here, and the height, let me denote this with AB. So the height of this temple is your AB is equals to 75 meters. Alright. Then two men are standing on either sides. Observe the angle of elevation of the top of the temple to be 30 and 60 degrees. So the person on this side sees, like, from here the angle of elevation is 30 degrees. Alright. So this is 30 degrees. Let this point be C. Now the person standing on the other side, has an angle of elevation as 60 degrees. So this is over here, this is another person, this is 60 degrees. Let this point be D. So there are two persons, one is standing at C and the other person is standing at D. Okay. So the angle of elevation of both of them is, for first one is 30 and for the other one is 60 degrees. You have to find the distance between the two men. Okay. So that means you have to find out this distance plus this distance. Alright. and the height of the tower, the temple is 75 meters. Alright, so we know that the temple is vertical to the ground. Alright, so when we consider this triangle ABC, this will help us out in getting CB, okay, which is the distance between the person at C to the foot of the temple. Alright, and when we consider the triangle ABD, this will help us in finding out the distance BD. BD is what? The distance between the foot of the temple to the second person, okay, whose angle of elevation is 60 degrees. Okay, so first we will do in triangle ABC, right angled at C, right angle at C. Alright, so see which ratio we will use now. This is 30 degree, the opposite side is given to you and you have to find out the adjacent. Alright, so opposite upon adjacent is 10, so you will use tan 30 over here. So tan of 30 degrees is equals to AB upon this is CB, so it will be CB. Alright, now tan of 30 is sin 30 is half divided by cos of 30, which is root 3 by 2, so that will give you 1 upon root 3. So this is 1 upon root 3 equals to AB. What is your AB? Your AB is 75, so you will put 75 over here upon CB. What is your CB? CB you have to find out, so you will keep CB. Alright, now you will send CB on this side and you will send root 3 on the other side. So your CB will be equal to 75 root 3 meters. Okay, this will be the distance of this person whose angle of elevation is 30 degrees and the foot of the temple. So this distance is how much? It is 75 root 3. Now let us consider the other triangle. So you write in triangle ABD, right angled at B, right angled. Okay, see, so over here it is right angled at B, not at C. Okay, the right angle is getting formed over here. So right angled at B. Alright, so ABD, fine, this triangle. Now again if you see the side opposite to 60 degrees is this side and the adjacent side is BD. Alright, so again you will have to find out the ratio of opposite upon adjacent. So opposite upon adjacent is 10. So tan of 60 degrees is equals to AB upon BD. Alright, so tan of 60 degrees, sine of 60 is root 3 by 2 divided by half, so it will be root 3. So this will be root 3 equals to AB. AB is how much? 75, so you will put 75 over here upon BD, which you do not know, so you will keep BD as it is. So that means your BD is equals to 75 divided by root 3. Alright, now we will have to factorize this, sorry, not factorize this, we will have to multiply this with the rationalizing factor, which will be into root 3 upon root 3. Alright, so your BD will be equal to, therefore your BD will be equal to 75 root 3 divided by, this is root 3 into root 3 will give you 3. Alright, now 75 is divisible by 3, so you can cancel out. 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, 7, 3 5s are 15. So that means the distance between BD is 25 root 3 meters. Okay, now if you read the question, what is given? You have to find out the distance between the two men. That means you have to find out the distance CD, which is equals to CB plus BD. Alright, so CB, what is the distance CB? CB is 75 root 3, so I'll put 75 root 3 over here, plus BD. What is my BD? My BD is 25 root 3, so I'll put 25 root 3 over here. Alright, so this will be equal to, if I take out root 3 common, inside the bracket I will have 75 plus 25. Alright, so this will be root 3 multiplied by 100. Alright, we know the value of root 3 is 1.732, so it will be equal to 1.732 multiplied by 100, so this will be equal to 173.2 meters. Alright, that means the distance between the two men CD is equals to 173.2 meters. Alright, is this clear? This is how we will find out the distance between the two men. Alright, should we move on to the next question then? Okay, let's see the next question. Okay, now we have section C. let's see the section C. Alright, in this section, I guess this sum is on mensuration, right? Surface area and volumes. Fine. So what is given? 2 cubes of equal volume, alright, 64 centimeter cube. So this is one cube, this is one cube, alright, and this is another cube like this. So the volume of each of this cube is what? This is 64 centimeter cube, and this is also 64 centimeter cube. Alright, now see, the volume is given. We know that if the volume of a cube is given, we can easily find out the side of this cube, alright, because we know that volume of cube is equals to a cube, which is equals to 64 in this case. So our a will be equal to cube root of 64, which will be equal to 4 centimeters. Okay, this will be equal to what? 4 centimeters. Your a is what? Your a is the side of this cube. So you get the value of a, which is 4 centimeters. Now let's read the sum. After that, what is given? 2 cubes of each volume 64 centimeter cube, each are joined end to end. Okay, now these cubes are joined together. So when I join these cubes, they will look something like this. Okay, alright, they will look like this. Now since we have found out the length of the edge, that means we have found out the length of the sides. Okay, so this is 4, this will also be 4, because both the cubes had the same volume. This will also be 4, this will also be 4, this will also be 4, this will also be 4. Okay, if you see this, this will also be 4, the height will also be 4. Alright, so every edge will be 4. Now the new cuboid which is formed, the length of this cuboid will be 8. Alright, the length of the cuboid will be what? It will be 8. But when you talk about the breadth of this cuboid, the breadth of the cuboid will stay 4, right? And if you see the height of this cuboid, it will also be 4. Alright, so you can say that the length of cuboid, which is equals to L, will be equal to 8 centimeters. Alright, then the breadth of the cuboid, which is B, will be equal to 4 centimeters, and the height of the cuboid, which is H, will be equal to again 4 centimeters. So you have to find out what is the surface area of the resulting cuboid. So you have to find out the surface area of the cuboid. So the total surface area of a cuboid is what? It is 2 brackets LB plus BH plus LH. Alright, this is the total surface area of a cuboid. Now see, if you are facing difficulty to understand this, how you can know this formula? You know that all these face of, see, basically surface is all the faces of the cuboid. All the faces of the cuboid are rectangle, okay, or it can even be a square. If you see the face over here, this face is what? It's a square, okay. But okay, so if you find out the area of the first face, of the front face, you can say it will be length times breadth, because it's a rectangle. Alright, so when you find out the area of all the faces, and when you do sum of it, you are going to get the same formula. Okay, so you can even find out the area of each face separately, and then you can add them to get the total surface area. So this will be what? 2 length is what? 8. Okay, so 8 into B, what is your breadth? It is 4, plus then you have breadth as 4 and height as also 4, so it will be 4 into 4. Then you have L into H, so 8 into 4, so it will be 8 into 4. Alright, so this will be equal to what? 2 inside the bracket, 8 4s is 32 plus 4 4s is 16 plus 8 4s is 32. Alright, so this will give you 2 in bracket, 32 plus 32 is 64, 64 plus 16, so 64 plus 6 is 70, and it will be 80. So it will be 2 into 80, so this will be equal to 160 centimeter square. Alright, see, since all the dimensions were in centimeter, and you know that whenever you are finding out area, the unit is always in square. Alright, so the unit will be centimeter square over here. Alright, any doubts in this question? Is this clear to everyone? Okay, fine. Let's see the next question then. Okay, now in this question, what is given? Two concentric circles are of radii 13 centimeters and 12 centimeters. Alright, so let us make two concentric circles. Let's say this is the smaller circle and let's say this is the larger circle. Alright, this is the center. Okay, the center is same for both the circles since the two circles are concentric circles. Now the radius of smaller circle is 12 centimeters. Alright, so okay, let's read out the sum then. Two concentric circles are of radii 13 centimeter and 12 centimeter. Find the length of the chord of the larger circle. Okay, we have to find out the length of the chord of a larger circle which touches the smaller circle. So let's say this is the chord of the larger circle which is touching the smaller circle at this point, which is P. So this is A and this is B. Alright, now if you notice one thing, this point P will be the point of contact, right? Because the chord AB of the larger circle is acting like a tangent for this smaller circle. Alright, so if we draw a radius at the point of contact, if we draw the radius at the point of contact, this will be 90 degrees. Alright, this will be what? 90 degrees. And you know that since OP is perpendicular to AB, alright, so since OP is perpendicular to AB, AB is getting bisected. So AB gets bisected. Okay, and if it is getting bisected, that means AP is equals to PB. Alright, this is what we know up till now. Okay, what they are telling us to find out, we have to find out the length of the chord. So we have to find out AB. Alright, now see, let's say if I join OA. Okay, join OA. Now if you see clearly, OA is the radius of the bigger circle, or you can say of the larger circle. So OA is what? OA equals to radius of larger circle. Okay, so that will be equal to OA is equals to 13 centimeters. One more thing to note over here, if you see the distance OP, OP is what? OP is the radius of the smaller circle. So OP is equals to radius of smaller circle, which is equals to 12 centimeters. Alright, now if you focus on the triangle OAP, it's a right angle triangle. So you can write in triangle OAP, right angled at P, it is right angled at P. Alright, so now you can see that what you can see over here is let's say, see, from this we know that OA is what? This is 13 centimeters. So this is 13 centimeters. Alright, and OP is 12 centimeters. OP is what? It is 12 centimeters. So we can think of Pythagoras theorem over here, right? We can think of Pythagoras theorem, because if you see the triangle OAP, you know OA, you know OP, but you do not know the third side, which is AP. So in triangle OAP, right angle at P, by Pythagoras theorem, your hypotenuse square, so that will be OA squared will be equal to OP squared plus AP squared. Alright, now when I say OA squared, my OA is 13, so square of 13 is 169, so I'll directly put 169 over here. Okay, equals to my OP squared. What is my OP? My OP is 12 centimeter, so square of 12 centimeter will be 144, so it will be 144 plus AP squared. Alright, so that means what? My AP squared will be equal to 169 minus 144. Alright, so my AP will be equal to under root of 169 minus 144 is 25, which will be equal to 5. Okay, now remember, we cannot take negative value over here because the length cannot be negative, so we will have to only consider the positive value of AP, which will be equal to 5 centimeters. Alright, so we know that AP is equals to 5 centimeters. Okay, now we also know that AP is equals to PB. Alright, so therefore AP equals to PB equals to 5 centimeters, and we have to find out the length of the chord AB. So your AB is equals to AP plus PB, which means that it is equals to 5 plus 5, and that is equals to 10 centimeters. Alright, so the length of the chord, you can write length of the chord AB equals to 10 centimeters. So this is your answer. Alright, this is the answer. This is the length of the chord AB. Has everyone understood this? Should we move on to the next question then? Okay, alright. Let's see the question number 12, because there is a question in OR with this. Okay. Now see, in this figure what is given? AB is a chord of a circle. Alright. So AB is a chord of a circle. So AB is the chord with center O. At point B, that means a tangent PB is drawn. So PB is a tangent. Alright. Is drawn. So this B point is basically point of contact. This is what point of contact. Alright. Now after this, they are telling you that PB is drawn such that its length is 12 centimeters. So we are given that the length of PB is 12 centimeters. So this is 12 centimeters. Alright. Then after this, the distance of P from the center. So the distance of P from the center is 13 centimeters. That means OP basically is 13 centimeters. Alright. Then if the chord AB is 8 centimeters, okay. So the length of AB is 8 centimeters. You have to find out the distance between you have to find out its distance from the center. So that means you have to find out this distance. Alright. So let the point where this line from the center cuts basically the perpendicular from the center of the circle to a chord, let that point be M. Alright. And we know that, since we know that the distance of a chord from the center of a circle is always perpendicular. Alright. So you can say that OM is perpendicular to AB. Alright. And we even know that when we draw a perpendicular from the center of a circle to a chord, it bisects the chord. That means it's getting bisected. So what you can write? You can write AM equals to or how you will write? See, you will write this as, okay, how will you write this? So alright, so AM plus, okay, AM, okay, you can write AM will be equal to half of AB, okay, and this will also be equal to BM. Alright. So BM and AM will be equal to what? They will be equal to half the length of AB. So therefore BM equals to AM equals to half of AB. That means half of 8. The length of AB is already given to us. So half of 8 will be equal to 4 centimeters. That means each of this bisected chords are 4 centimeters. Alright. Then we have to find out the distance from the center. Alright. That means we have to find out OM. So you have to find out the distance OM. Now see, what can we do over here? If you notice over here, if I join O and B, this will be perpendicular over here. Alright. Because this point B is the point of contact, and we draw a radius, okay, to the point of contact, it will be always perpendicular to the tangent. Alright. So now again a right angle triangle is getting formed over here. Okay. If you go to C, you are given OP is equals to 13 centimeters. You are even given that PB equals to 12 centimeters. Alright. So you can write that join OB, okay. So therefore perpendicular from the center to the point of contact to the point, sorry, you should not be writing like this, you should be writing radius from the center to the point of contact is perpendicular to the tangent, alright. So that means if you see OBP, this is a right angle triangle forming over here, so you can write in triangle OBP right angled at B, alright. So it is right angled at B. Now see, I will use Pythagoras theorem over here, alright. I am not writing the whole theorem, but I will explain you directly. See, OP will be the hypotenuse, alright, because that is opposite to the right angle. So OP is hypotenuse, so it will be 13 squared equals to the sum of the square of the other two sides, that means the square of 12, the square of BP, which is 12 square, plus OB square. So it will be 12 squared plus OB squared, alright. Now 13 squared is 169, and this 12 squared, when you send it from the right hand side to the left hand side, it will be minus 144 equals to OB squared. So that means your OB will be equal to square root of 25, which will be equal to 5 centimeters. So that means your OB over here is 5 centimeters, alright. You know the length BM is 4 centimeters, alright. Now again, if you see OMB, this is a right angle triangle over here, alright. Now in this right angle triangle, OB is what? OB is your hypotenuse, alright. So what you can do, the square of the hypotenuse, which will be 25, equals to the sum of the square of the other two sides, that means the square of 4 BM, square of BM will be equal to 4 squared plus square of OM. So it will be 4 square is 16 plus MB you can write, alright. Now the 16 goes on this side, it will be MB squared. 16 goes on this side, it will be 25 minus 16 equals to MB squared. So your MB squared will be equal to 9, and therefore your MB will be equal to, sorry, it's not MB, sorry, I made a mistake over here. Let me do this whole part again. Now see, this is what it will be, OB squared, that is 25, equals to BM squared, which will be 4 squared, and that is 16, plus OM squared. So this will be OM squared. So basically you will get OM squared equals to 9, and so your OM will be equal to square root of 9. So OM equals to 3 centimeters. That means the distance of this chord from the center of the circle is 3 centimeters. So your OM is equals to 3 centimeters. Alright, is this clear to you all? Should we move on to the next question then? Okay, fine. Okay, let's see this question. In this question, what is given? Amit and Deepak are two friends from the same college, and they were studying in ornithology. It is a branch of zoology which deals with the study of birds. Now they observe the elevation of birds, their position and different actions of bird. Okay, so let's see what they observed. Alright, now see what is given over here, that Amit, standing on a horizontal plane, finds a bird flying at a distance of 200 meters from him. So Amit is standing at this point on the horizontal, okay, and he is finding that the bird is flying 200 meters, alright, from him. So this is the bird over here. Here is your bird, this is the bird, alright, and this is Amit. So I'll write Amit. Then what is given? At an angle of elevation 30 degrees. So this is 30 degrees. Alright. Then what is given? Deepak standing on the roof of a 50-meter high building. Okay. See, we should note this thing. Amit and Deepak are standing on the opposite sides. Okay. If you do not read this, you will be making the position of Deepak over here only, and that will get you wrong. Alright. So what is told, that Deepak is standing on a roof of 50-meter high building. So let's say this distance, this is 50 meters. Alright, this is 50 meters. So Deepak is standing at this point. Alright, so if this is B, let's say this is A. Alright, and let me draw a perpendicular like this. So this point over here is C, alright, and let's say this is D, this is D, this point is D, alright. So Deepak is standing over here, and the angle of elevation over here is, the angle of elevation at this point is 45 degrees, alright. So let me just draw the horizontal, this angle is 45 degrees, okay, and let this point be A, B, C, D, this is say E, and this is say F, alright. So what we have to find out? We have to find out the distance of the bird from Deepak. So you have to find out the distance of the bird from Deepak. So that means you have to find out this distance. So let this be x. Alright. Now see, one thing to note over here, this is 50 meters, this will also be 50 meters. Correct? Because this is horizontal, this is horizontal. So the distance between the two horizontal is always equal. So that is 50. Now see, we do not know the length FD. So let this be say y. Okay. And fine. And okay, let us keep FB as it is only. So now what can we do? See, we will use this triangle BFD. In triangle BFD, which is right angled at F, it is right angled at F. So you have, we can use what we will use. See, we don't need the horizontal, so let me just remove this y from here. Okay, what will I do? I will use the vertical portion, alright, so that is FB. So 10 of 45, no, I won't be using I won't be using 10, because this is the opposite and this is the hypotenuse. So opposite upon hypotenuse is sine. So I will use sine over here. So let's say sine. So this will be sine of 45 degree will be equal to opposite. So it is FB upon this distance is x, alright. So your x will be equal to FB upon sine 45. Sine 45 is what? Sine 45 is 1 upon root 2. So root 2 will go in the numerator, so it will be root 2. So your x will be equal to FB. Alright, since I do not know the distance of FB, I will keep FB as it is, FB root 2, and the unit over here will be, since all the other values are given in meters, so we will use meters. Alright. Now if you consider the triangle ACB, which is right angle at C, what we can do, we can take the ratio of the vertical to the hypotenuse. So the vertical is opposite side basically. So opposite upon hypotenuse. So again sine of 30 degree equals to opposite. The opposite is BC, alright, upon the hypotenuse, which is 200. Alright. Now sine 30 is half, okay, and if you send this 200 on the other side, it will be multiplied by 200 equals to, now see your BC consists of BF plus FC. So it is BF, or you can say FB plus the FC, and you know FC is 50, so you can simply write 50 over here. Alright, so 2 ones are and 2 hundreds are, so it will be 100, this 50 goes on the other side, it will be minus 50 equals to FB. So you know the distance FB, which is equals to 50 meters. Alright, so your FB is equals to 50 meters. Now you got to know this distance, okay, you have to find out the distance between Deepak and the bird, which is x. So you have got one equation over here for x. So what you can do, x equals to, in place of FB, now you have the value of FB, which is 50, so it will be 50 root 2 meters. This will be your answer. Alright, now if you wish to convert this into decimal, you know that the value of root 2 is 1.414. So it will be 50 times 1.414. So it will be 5 into 14.14. So it will be 5 4s is 20, 5 1s are 5, 6, 7. Then decimal point, 5 4s is 20, 0 into 5 1s are 5, 6, 7. So it will be 70.7 meters. So x is equals to 70.7 meters. So you can say that the distance between Deepak and that bird is how much? It is 70.7 meters. Alright, have you all understood this question? Should we move on to the next question? Okay, alright, let's move on to the next question then. Fine. Now they are asking you what is the height of the bird flying from the ground. Okay, so what is the height of the bird? For this also we can go on to the previous slide, because that will give us the answer. Okay, now the height, if you ask of this bird from the ground, so it will be BC, and I guess we have already found out BC. Yeah, so the length of BC, okay, so BC will be what? Your BC is equals to BF, or you can say FB plus FC. Alright, so FB, what is FB? FB is 50 meters, so this is 50 plus FC. What is FC? FC already given, it's already given, that is 50. So your BC is equals to 100 meters. Alright, so this is BC, length of BC. So you can write BC is equals to 100 meters. So the bird is flying at a height of 100 meters from the ground. Alright, that will be your answer in this case. Okay, now in the last question of this paper, we have, there is a triangular playground as shown in the figure below. Alright, then what is given? Many children and people are playing and walking in the ground. As we see in the above figure of a right angle triangle playground, length of sides are 5x centimeters and 3x minus 1 centimeters, and area of the triangle is 60 centimeters square. Alright, so the area is given, okay, the area is given as 60 centimeters square. So area is 60 centimeters square. Alright, and this is the triangle, this is the right angle triangle, and these are the sides given to us. Now we have to find out the value of x. Alright, now if you see, this is the perpendicular, or you can say this is the height, and this is the base. This is the base of a triangle. Alright, so the area of a triangle is equals to 60 centimeters square. Alright, so area of a triangle is what? Half into base into height equals to 60. Alright, so this will be half into, now what is your base? Your base is 3x minus 1. So we will put 3x minus 1 multiplied by the height. What is your height? Your height is 5x. So we will put 5x equals to 60. Now this 2 goes on the other side. See, this is half. Okay, the denominator is 2. If you send this 2, it will get multiplied with 60. And over here you will have to multiply 5x and 3x minus 1. So it will be 5 3s are 15x squared minus 5x equals to 60 into 2 will be 120. Now if you bring this 120 on this side, it will be 15x squared minus 5x minus 120 equals to 0. Now if you find out, if you see, 5 is common in all the 3 terms. So it is 5 3s are 15x squared minus, it will be x minus 5 2s are 10, 11 12 2, 5 4s are 20 equals to 0. So the 5 which you have taken out common will go on the other side and it will get divided by 0. So 0 upon 5 will give you 0. That is why I am not writing that 5 over here. Now see, to solve this, we can solve this by prime factorization. So what we will do, first of all we will have to multiply the last term with the first term. So it is minus 24 into 3x squared. Alright, now one thing I can do over here is, what can I do? I can write 24 in the form of factors. So it will be minus 2 into 12. So 12 can be written as 2 into 2 into 3 into 3x squared is already there. So 3x squared. Let us just multiply and check. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 3 8s is 24, and 24 into 3x squared. Alright. Now we have to get the factors in such a way that when we solve the factors we should get minus x. Alright. So what can I do? Yes, see, 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. So 8 and 3 3s is 9. So 8 9s are, actually the product of this will be 72. So 8 9s will give us 72. Alright. And x into x will give us x squared. Now since this is negative, either of the terms will be negative. Alright. And over here also we need negative. So the greater number should be negative and this will be positive. Now minus 9x and plus 8x will give us minus x, and plus 8x multiplied by minus 9x will give us minus 72x squared. So the product of this is minus 72x squared. Alright. Now we can write this as 3x squared. Then you have plus 8x minus x sorry, minus 9x, this will be minus 9x, and minus 24 equals to 0. Now if you see the first two terms, x is common, alright. So in the bracket you will have 3x plus 8. Okay, in the next two terms, if you see, negative sign is common as well as 3 is common, alright. So in the bracket you will have, see, from 9 if you take out 3 as common, you will be left with 3x, and since you have taken out negative sign common, the sign in between will become positive, and 24 can be written as 3 into 8, out of which 3 is taken out common, so you will have only 8 equals to 0. Now if you see the two terms over here, 3x plus 8 is common in both these terms, so it will be 3x plus 8, and in the other bracket you will have x minus 3 equals to 0. Alright, now the meaning of this is what? The meaning of this is that 3x plus 8 equals to 0, or you have x minus 3 is equals to 0. And if your 3x plus 8 equals to 0, that means your x is equals to minus 8 by 3. But since you know that if you multiply minus 8 by 3 with 5x, you will get a negative value, and the side of a triangle cannot be negative, right? Rather than length is never negative, so we won't like accept this value. So therefore your x minus 3 is equals to 0, so your x will be equal to 3. Alright, now this value you can use over here. Alright, so the value of x is what? The value of x is, you can say 3 or minus 8 upon 3. Alright, we are not multiplying now, so we can say that the value of x is 3 or it is minus 8 by 3. Now you have to find out the length AC. Okay, so you have to find out the length AC. So for that you will need the length AB and you will need the length BC. So you know that we cannot accept the negative value of x, so that means the value of x is 3, like the answer which we got in the previous question. So x is equals to 3. Therefore AB will be equal to, it is given as 5x, so it will be 5 into 3 equals to 15 centimeters. Alright, then talking about BC, your BC is equals to what? Your BC is 3x minus 1. Alright, so 3x means 3 into 3 minus 1, so it will be 9 minus 1, which will be equal to 8 centimeters. So that means if I reconstruct the same triangle, so this is A, this is B, and this is C. So this is 8 centimeters, this is 5 centimeters, alright, and this is a right angle triangle. Alright, so when a right angle triangle is there, you can apply Pythagoras theorem. So you know that AC is your hypotenuse, so the square of AC will be equal to square of BC plus square of AB. So square of BC is 64 because BC is 8, plus square of AB, which is 5 squared, will be 25. So AC will be equal to square root of 64 plus 25. So 64 plus 5 is 64 plus, sorry, we have made a mistake over here. Let me just correct myself. Alright, see, let me just make this change. See, the length of AB is 15, it is not 5, so this is 15. Alright, this is 15. So your AC squared will be equal to 15 squared plus 8 squared. So it will be 15 squared is 225 plus 8 squared is 64. So this will be equal to 289. So your AC squared will be equal to 289. So your AC will be equal to under root of 289. Alright. Now 289 is a square of 17. So your AC will be equal to 17 centimeters. Alright. So your answer will be 17 centimeters. Alright. Now simply you have to apply Pythagoras theorem. You are applying Pythagoras theorem since you were in 7th. So this is how you will solve, and I guess we are over with this. Fine, this was the last question. I hope you all have understood everything in this paper discussion. If you have not understood anything, you can come to me and you can ask me your doubts. Alright, okay, bye and have a good day everyone.